Thanks for brightening the set.
Wow.
Don't let them leave. Holy cow.
That's anorexia. I'm telling you right now. Holy moly.
Thank you. You're welcome. That was great. No response necessary.
Butner, invite anybody over here. You ready, buddy?
You're ready to go there, Mike.
Wish I could trust you to do this.
I know. It's electronics, not me.
Good evening and welcome to On the Tee, Florida, a production of our newly launched Shipyard Sports Connection on this June 4th, 2026 on our Ice Pick Vodka On the Tee studio down here at Sea Dogs in Treasure Island on the Intercoastal, and of course, about a block and a half from the Gulf of Mexico. A little breezy, nice evening down here. Got a nice crowd. People are asking for autographs and taking pictures.
Almost tropical here, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Very tropical.
Absolutely.
Let's get the tropical stuff out here.
And by the way, we got some great sponsors. We've got Body Armor, Coca-Cola, PGA Tour Superstores coming June 13th in St. Pete. And we'll be talking to Megan Mahoney about 6:30. Last night, Teddy, of course, Brewski, he went there and checked it out for us. And then we're also brought to you by our great friends at Chichi Rodriguez Golfing Academy, Bardmore Golf Club, Mangrove, all THC-infused beverage, and, of course, down here at Sea Dogs, Ice Pick Vodka. And we're on our Shipyard Sports Connection Media Network. That includes our flagship 96.7 FM radio, stpete.com. And that's Joe Berdone and the gang, Florida Sports Streams. And you can hear us on Spotify each and every week. And we're on our YouTube channel now. We've been on it now going on 4 months. Excited about the growth, and we'll continue to. I'm Mike Rickard. I'm the longtime hack. John Rager, he's the chair-elect of the Florida Sports Hall of Fame. 40 years PGA professional, content creator. He's in his Shipyard Seaside Studios, St. Augustine Beach. And our other pro in the studio, Chapel Hill Bill Butner, played on the tour for 15 years. I can't believe they let you on the tour. Well, and our other pro on this, he's our 15 years on the PGA Tour. Also, he's still over at St. Pete Country Club, and that's where he learned all these shenanigans from the lovely Ashley Grimaldi.
Thank you.
She brings a
really
brings a little energy and excitement to the set each and every week. And I'm Mike Rickard, of course, the longtime hack and golf junkie. And let's talk to John Rager real quick, and then we got Adam Woodard. We got. Oh, you got one for me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This is.
I'm getting laid.
You're getting
Oh,
laid.
God, here we
Getting
go.
laid.
Been a while since I got laid. I'll tell you that
I think
right
the
now.
pink looks nice on you, actually.
Oh, my God.
Family show. Sorry, family show.
My favorite color, pink.
Yeah.
Could you at least done red or blue to match
I
my
do
outfit?
have blue. We can switch out.
We'll
We can
Okay.
switch out.
Yeah,
Don't
put
worry.
the break.
John Rager, how are you, brother? We're going to get Adam Woodard in here quickly.
Hey, if I'd known that this was going to happen, I would have dug into the prop department here at the Sea Dog Seaside St. Augustine Studios and maybe brought something out. But I tell you what, you guys are high styling it down there. Hey, what's
my
the occasion? Why are you guys all getting
Yeah.
laid down there?
Here
Yeah,
we go.
I will tell you.
Ask the Queenie.
So Bill was gone for a few weeks. He was in North Carolina, and we had to carry on with Nine and Wine, and we had.
Oh, and he was getting laid.
We,
That was the case?
no. We had a
Oh.
special tropical tea scramble a few weeks ago, and in honor of him coming
Okay.
back, we thought it would be fun. It's the kickoff of summer. Why not? Right?
Yeah.
There's always.
Oh, that's
always time-
beautiful.
Always good to have a lay. Always.
And it's very tropical here. We
Yeah.
have a nice breeze coming in. It's a
We're right
beautiful
on the
night.
water. Why would you want to talk serious golf when we can start out with 3 people on the set?
Well, Chef Charlie down there at the Sea Dog Brew Pub, maybe he needs to come up with a luau burger tonight as a special.
Oh, I
Chef
like that.
Charlie
I like that.
special.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Hey, we got to hurry up. Adam Woodard's got.
We're ready.
He's got places to go, people to see, and hurricanes to watch win, and he's traveling. So we're doing it by phone.
Is he in a
Adam,
porta
how are
potty?
you, my man?
Good evening, everybody. How we doing? Yeah, excited to talk a little golf. And then, man, I've had some bad luck with the Canes this postseason, so hopefully I'm a bit better luck tonight here. But is the place quiet enough? I tried to find a little corner of the tailgate over here where it's not too too rowdy.
You in an outhouse again?
No,
I know, that's what I was
No,
wondering.
I am close by. I would say I am very close by. If there was a way to potentially do this on video, I would have shown you. I was not in the Porta-John for that NC State tailgate earlier.
Oh, yeah, sure you
this
weren't.
year, late last year, whatever it was. But I was not in it. I still laugh about that. My parents still give me crap for that too.
Hey, John,
But
John-
excited to talk a little golf here.
John, introduce him quickly. He's not going to have much time, and we're just blessed to have him right now. Why don't you give him a quick introduction?
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, on the tee floor to the 6:05 p.m. tee time. A man who's going to give the best 10 minutes of golf reporting that is humanly possible because he is on his way to a Stanley Cup Finals game. Because we have cut into his 10 minutes of the fastest golf reporting on the way to the Stanley Cup game with this long-winded introduction, he will omit his PGA Tour Champions update. Let's welcome the editor of golf's premier web portal, thefriedegg.com, Adam Woodard.
Oh, my God, you got a double dose.
Whoa!
that's what it sounded like 15
You know-
seconds into that first game, I think, up there.
I was going to say, I was going to exactly say that. That's what's going to happen tonight with your Hurricanes. 15 seconds into the game, my man.
Man, I'll tell you what, game one, they score 30 seconds in. Last series, game one of this current series, they score like 27 seconds in, and then they end up losing both games. So I think I just might be bad luck, but we're going to test that out. I did play baseball my entire life growing up, so I'm definitely pretty superstitious. I don't think that I'm the reason that they're losing these games, but I'm also superstitious enough to believe that I might be.
Well, let's dive right into some serious golf then. It's the 50th Memorial, of course.
Yep.
Jack Nicklaus up at Murfield Village, and then maybe a little LPGA, the U.S. Open from Riviera Country Club. You couldn't ask for two more iconic settings for golf this week.
How about a 1-2 punch for golf tournaments that are being held at iconic venues here in the States? Obviously, Riviera a bit more than Jack's place at Muirfield, but it's a place that a lot of the guys hold in a high regard. 7th of 8 signature events, I think. So obviously a lot of the big names are out there playing this week. You guys had just probably been going on the air, or just went on the air when this went through. But have you guys seen the clip of Scotty just berating Ted Scott yet? That just happened recently.
No.
I heard it. I was driving, and I had YouTube TV on, but I couldn't watch it. But
Yeah.
Give us
So
a
he
lowdown.
rinsed one, and he said he hit a perfect shot. Teddy agreed it was a perfect shot, but I guess someone got the wind wrong, and it seemed like from the way Scotty was complaining, I mean, he went on for a good minute plus of just, I don't understand. It's a perfect shot. We're in the water. You don't understand how frustrating this is.
Wow.
Like, we hit the right number, but don't have it. Like, Scotty's been a bit more whiny this year, and he's at least speaking his mind. And, for anyone that says he's boring or said he was boring, I think he's going out of his way to disprove that, because I haven't really seen Scotty go after Ted like this before. We've seen them have,
Interesting.
some pretty pointed conversations before, but this was pretty direct, and I'm sure the video will get scrubbed from online here any minute now. But it's worth it to go out and watch, because at the side of Scotty, you don't really see where he looks so absolutely perplexed.
maybe he's
at
getting
how he.
maybe he's getting
Go ahead.
the Caitlin Clark syndrome.
Yeah.
Little
Needs more attention.
Little too big for their shoes these days. I hate to
I was
say
gonna
that
say
about
that,
my
or-
Caitlin.
Say that, or maybe he's using Bryson's irons, because he looked as confused. He looked as confused when he hit that ball in the water as Bryson was every time he misses one left, which I'm still not sure how Bryson's confused when he misses one left, given that's exactly what his clubs are kind of training him to do. But hey, what are you going to do? But no, it's a great weekend for golf. And, as much as a lot of people are going to be watching the Memorial Jack's Place, I really hope people really tune into the U.S. Women's Open this weekend. The fact that, it's in Los Angeles. It's a big major venue. I think it's the first time the U.S. Women's Open's ever been to the LA area, I think, which is crazy.
Yes,
But
I think so.
shout out to the USGA, though. The last few years, they're going to these iconic courses, and in the future, they're going to these iconic courses that people know. It's really cool what they're doing for women's golf, and they're finally, putting these women on these iconic courses that people know, and hopefully it drives people to watch them. You're going to see different shots. You're going to see the course play pretty different from how it would for a Genesis Invitational. So I would highly recommend people go out and watch. And leaderboard's still looking a little sketchy right now. It's still obviously very early, but a lot of the big names haven't really shown up. But 3 under, 4 under being in the lead right now should set up for a pretty fun tournament where birdies are going to be hard to come by, and if you're out of position, bogey's going to be an easy score to make too. So it should be fun to watch this weekend.
It's kind of funny in LA that the big story happens to be about Nelly Korda and LeBron gifting her with the shoes.
Yeah,
that's like I don't know. It's kind of taking over the internet right now. Did you see a little bit of that story?
I did. Yeah, I shout out LeBron for being as into golf as he is. If he does end up coming back to my Cavaliers next year, as is being rumored, I hope he kind of puts the clubs away for a little bit. I hope he puts the clubs away for a little bit and gets back to basketball so he can bring us another title, feeling like it's 2016 again. But no, it's crazy. I love what he's doing for the game, and I love how he's shining a bit more light on it. And hopefully he sticks with it. And who knows? LeBron might be a golf guy now, but yeah, you love to see him kind of giving back and elevating some of these events. And obviously we wish that, the women's golf and the women's game would be able to stand up on its own and not need something like that. But, for as much, stick as we give, some of the men for not propping up the women's game, we love to see when other celebrities or outside forces in the game are helping out and shining a little light on the women's open and the women's game.
John, you got anything before we let this young man go back to drinking that Budweiser? And he's probably had a few too many if he thinks that LeBron James is going to his Cavaliers.
Well, I can tell you, I'm just looking forward to a couple weeks from now, Adam, with the U.S. Open. I read on the friedegg.com the architectural review that you guys do with golf courses about Shinnecock Hills. And I'll be up there reporting for On the Tee Florida up there. And I can tell you that fascinating the way that's presented. So any thoughts to give us a quick preview of that?
Yeah, we've been on the record, or someone in our company has, I'm not sure. I think it might have been our guy, Joseph Amania, who handles a lot of our professional coverage, but he called it the Shinnecock, the last true butt kicker major championship course in the U.S. So it's looking, and it kind of goes back to 2018 where, the infamous, Zach Johnson, they lost the course clip and stuff. I mean, Shinnecock is a tough track, right? It is difficult to play. Yeah, shout out your guy, Zeej. But yeah, it's a great course, and it's going to make for a great championship. And I'm really excited to see the guys get up there. Curious to see how the USGA is going to handle going about setup this year, considering all the issues that they had in 2018 or perceived issues in 2018 from some of the players. So we'll see how it goes. But I really hope it's a true U.S. Open kick in the teeth test. I know I've kind of gotten some negative reviews from some folks on this program about how I like to see the guys get punched in the face every once in a while. But the US Open is.
I have a question about that. You don't like old guys. You don't like. What kind of golf do you play? I mean, is it just happy golf?
Putt.
Okay.
I play. I get my money's worth when I play. I'll say that. So I want to see the guys struggle as much as I do. No, I just think it's a major championship test, and the U.S. Open has this identity as being, the toughest, most difficult one to win. John Bodenhammer, I think the one thing he always likes to say, who's the championships director for the USGA, he says, we want you to use every club in the bag. We want you to get every club dirty. And I love that. I love how they go about trying to test the guys and, really make them work for it. I think, birdies shouldn't just be a given, from hitting good shots. You should have to hit great shots in majors to be rewarded, I think. And if you hit poor shots, I think you should be penalized. So I like when the guys get tested. Shinnecock's one of those truly great tests. It can get firm, it can get fast, they can grow the rough up there. It's going to be a really interesting test, and I think it's going to be a great next 2 months of golf because we get to go back to Royal Birkdale as well. I've always kind of held that course in the Open Championship Rota in pretty high regard as well. Not as high as obviously Carnoustie or maybe even the St. Andrews, of course. But it's a great summer for major championship golf. Obviously starting this weekend with Women's Open at Riviera, but it's a great championship test. It's going to be difficult. Scotty went up there earlier this week and was saying how it's tough, and he looked at his comments on that. I don't want to say something he didn't, but he said if you're out of position, it's impossible to score. So excited to see what they can do, and obviously plenty of storylines coming out of that one as well, with Scotty going his first run
Three-peat,
at the
right? Possibly three-peat.
and his first run going for the career Grand Slam. So be interesting to see how that pans out. We've got a ton of stuff planned for stuff to do. We've got a Rewatchables podcast from the 1986 U.S. Open. A lot of stuff coming out from Friday Golf to cover those championships this summer. So I appreciate the shout out earlier. I think you called us like what the main portal for golf news online or something like that. It was a new one.
He changes
John,
it.
I loved
He
it.
changes it every week.
No,
I don't
Adam.
know how he does it.
Adam, two things. It's golf's premier portal.
Premier.
And secondly, your
Portal,
10 minutes are up. Go watch the Hurricanes go take down the Knights. Go get them.
I appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully they can get the job done. It's going to be an exciting game. Wish I could give you guys a bit more time, but I appreciate you letting me go enjoy the Cup here while it's in Raleigh for a little bit. Not a whole lot happening here as far as sports go. It's the only show in town, so got to support the boys whenever
Those
we
Tar
can.
Heels. Tar Heels are in the Super Regionals. Don't forget about the Tar
Hey,
Heels.
big-
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Thank you.
Let the young man go
North
to
Carolina.
his hockey game. All right,
Yeah,
brother.
North Carolina baseball. That's what everybody talks about with the Tar Heels, right? It's a baseball
No,
school,
we got a
right?
team coming in next year. We got a basketball next year. We're hiring
Oh, the
best.
basketball team too. That's
Adam,
right.
I'm
That's
going to
right.
mute his mic so I can let you go. All right, brother. How do people find you?
Yeah, follow me at Adam Woodard, Adam.Woodard on Instagram. More importantly, follow us at the Fried Egg, Fried Egg Golf across all of our socials or thefriedegg.com. If you like this program, chances are we'll have something for you there. We got podcast, YouTube page, newsletter 3 times a week. So check that out. We've got people on site at the U.S. Women's Open. So if you're looking for some analysis, subscribe to the newsletter tonight so it can be in your inbox first thing tomorrow morning. And you guys have a great rest of the show, and I'll talk to you next week. Sound good?
Sounds
All right.
good.
He's Adam
Thank
Woodard.
you, sir.
Bye, Adam.
And, of course,
See you, everybody.
he's the editor of The Fried Egg Golf. Now, John, why don't you give a little introduction? And I'll tell you what. I watched your Wild Bill's weather report. You guys would have been great comedians done in the golden era, like in the 60s.
Wow.
You got to watch this today because Wild Bill Thoreau is an absolute character. I don't know what illegal substances he takes to come up with the creativity. I know what you partake in, a little ice pick vodka, but this is an interesting 15-minute weather report. So why don't you give it a little introduction, my man?
There is no introduction needed after that, Michael. So let's just go ahead and roll tape, baby.
You didn't say roll tide, did you? Roll tape?
I said roll tape. Roll the tape.
Oh, he needs one more second.
Roll the
Hey, I just got
tape.
laid for the second time in 20 minutes at
Wow,
70,
this might be a record.
70 years old. Well, it's not a record, but man, it's pretty impressive. Maybe at my age it would be. It might
I
be.
think we should cut it short here. Not
All
start
right,
going
yeah,
longer.
there we go. We'll move on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man, is right.
There we go.
We have
This
the
is
awkward silence going on the T Florida show. What's going on down there?
Yeah. Well,
There's never
Here we
really
go,
silence.
Gators. Here we go.
Where's he live?
Really?
Anybody
All
has
right.
access to the thing. And they have the signature chocolate milkshake. It's making me thirsty now.
John, are you there with us?
I'm here. It looks like severe technical difficulties. No one out there could hear anything.
Perfect.
So that's, I mean,
just how we like
so
it.
we have technical difficulties. At least you guys got to hear the report.
Yeah,
But what I do is here at the Sea Dog Seaside Studios, I actually have it independently on a separate system to listen in. Now the sound just started, so maybe we'll play it again later or something. We need to move on because we have Megan coming on.
No,
Don't we have
Megan.
from a PJ Superstore?
Megan, but we'll run it at the end of the show now that we.
Yeah, let's
figured
run
out
the end of the show. We'll get all the glitches worked out. But at least you guys got to hear a little bit of a report and having some fun, and maybe the rest of our viewers will be able to do it at the end of the show. So, but we have a very important guest coming on here, Megan from the PJ Tour Superstore that just opened up there, and I'm excited to hear about what happened there or what's happening. And Teddy Bruschi, I know I don't know if he was in a tent or if he was camped out there, but we'll see what's happening.
No, he got special VIP. I was supposed to go. And
He
I
got
had
VIP. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
He got a tour through the store.
I would like to know, as the female on the panel, why a female was not invited
First
to the
of all-
shopping extravaganza.
First of all, it was my invitation from Kevin, and I had a little health incident, and so Teddy was actually, I was on the phone with him when I discovered it, and so I sent him, and he shot video and took pictures, had a superb time, and maybe I can get you in next week early, young lady.
Yes, shopping is
You have a
important.
job.
Shopping is
By the way,
important to
John,
me.
before we get her on, it's Megan. Thank God.
Oh, Megan. Okay, well, we'll make sure. Let me make sure I get that written
she's
down
a
correctly.
communications expert.
Megan, got
She's
it.
a communications expert, so she was smart enough to phonetically type it up because knowing that I'm a stumble, fumble, dumble guy, and so it's Megan, and it's Mahoney. Can you imagine being with her on St. Patty's Day? She'd fit right in with your party world. At least it
Without a
sounds like
doubt,
she
that'd
would.
be fantastic.
Anyway, she's going to join us here shortly, and then of course at the top of the hour we'll talk to Lance Ringler, and why don't you share a little news about that Auburn team because we're going to have him on next week. Bill Butler.
Oh, you're talking to me. I thought you were talking to John up there.
No, what
No,
can he-
I don't know anything about Auburn. Hey, Bill Butler, he
This
is the
what we
guru
bring you
of
into
college
the
golf.
show.
I don't know anything about Auburn golf, man. But that's Bill Butler's
Yeah,
alley, right up his alley, baby.
He's got a little too much of that margarita mix in him.
Oh, wow.
Holy
Okay,
cow!
so, do you want me to do it for you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I wanna
No,
hear what's
you
going
know
on.
the
Okay.
guy.
Yeah, I was going to say Buddy Alexander was the assistant coach, and he's hopefully going to be on next week. The Auburn Tigers came through like they were expected to do.
Back to back.
They've got the best team.
Actually, it's
They got,
2024 and 26. I think
Yeah, I
they
think
missed.
they missed last
They
year.
Oh,
missed-
yeah,
they
yeah,
missed
you're
the
right.
mark last year.
But they got the greatest player in the country right now playing for them, and they
He's
did their
surprised.
thing.
Is he a junior now?
Yeah.
That kid. I think he.
All
impressive.
underclassmen.
Yeah.
All underclassmen, which is very impressive.
And you'd love to hear the budget that they must be going through. with
Oh my
the
gosh, I can't
NIL
even
and,
imagine.
where the negotiations are now. So that's the report.
So and Buddy Alexander used to be the head coach of the men's Florida Gators for many years, right, Bill?
He was a U.S. amateur champion.
Yeah, and his dad, as everyone knows, is Skip Alexander, a longtime professional, played in the Ryder Cup and was our head pro at St. Petersburg Country Club. So
And I was able to play golf with him. a
yeah,
couple
you just
weeks
played
ago.
with him. Yeah, can
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit? That was on your trip. You played
That was
in
on
Alabama.
the Mississippi Robert Trent Jones Trail trip that we went to Wilkerson and I went and visited Buddy. He took
Nice.
us around the Auburn.
Adam, let's bring Megan into the world. She said she's sitting there on Riverside.
She's not in. Oh boy.
You're not in, young lady. I'll text her that. But when you take a look at that Auburn story, Wasn't his wife like an assistant athletic director?
She's the travel agency.
Oh, is that what it is?
For the Auburn golf teams. So she works for Auburn while he was at Florida for a while, and then he transitioned over to Auburn, and now they're a team. They're doing their thing, and
Does he like being in Alabama? I mean, does he like the
does.
area?
He-
Auburn's a really nice school.
Auburn's
campus.
very nice.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a great setup there. The golf, he plays another private club there that we played, and the Auburn Golf Club is to die for. I mean, so Buddy's got his own little game going on over here, and he's got his kids over there. He's got a good thing going.
Well, I know that we plan on talking to Lance Ringler from Golf Week a little bit later, and so it'll be interesting to kind of get his perspective on things. But
And you'll see that, you know, the Stanford women favored to win, high price team, they won. Auburn, again, they're favored to win, they win. So it's a talent show, and the most talent wins. And
Hey, Bill.
Host a letter
So
in.
I used to deal with Joan Alexander at the in the media at the PGA Tour when she worked there, and I have something in common with Joan Alexander. We are both alumni of the College of Charleston.
there you go. That's a good thing.
Go
to know.
Cougars! Yeah.
go Cougars.
Who is not necessarily contending for the NCAA championship this year.
I see.
No, in fact, what our school's known for, lately, Division I, we've been pretty good in basketball and baseball and stuff. But when I was at the College of Charleston, we were undisputed national champs of equestrian and sailing.
All right, big
Megan, yeah,
big
there
deal.
we
Big
go.
deal.
Get rid of that.
We don't want to talk to you anymore, John.
Oh my God.
We got a very important person joining us right now, and that's Megan Mahoney from the PGA Tour Superstores. And if you've listened to our interviews, and they've been a lot of fun, very interactive with some of the folks from the PGA Superstores as guests, you probably heard me say thanks to the ladies, thanks to the girls. My delivery is not exactly the most professional on the planet. Megan's one of those girls behind the scene, and I've been a pleasantly persistent and pain in the ass, asking her to assist me and get us involved, and she's done a superb job of that. Nice conversation with Kevin, and Teddy was with him yesterday, and Joe Gorman down there. What I think they called him the governor or the mayor of golf down in that arena. And interesting cat. And I convinced her to. She said she couldn't come on the air last week because her hair was a mess. Well, I'm looking at her right now. She doesn't have a ball cap on. I was going to send her a couple of Tampa St. Pete Sports Connections. They're on the tee, and but she's going to share details with what's going on next week. Yesterday, we got a little preview with Teddy there, and I'm telling you, as he said, these grand openings aren't just like a little ribbon cutting and come on in, folks. These are a party. Go online and take a look at them. I mean, we're talking about people sleeping overnight, partying. Hey, our booth's gone. We should take our booth up there, sell corn dogs,
Wow.
cold beer,
Autograph.
be in the parking
I could
lot.
be like John Daly. I'll be out there selling.
Yeah, signing autographs. Anyway,
I would like to broadcast from the shoe department if that's possible.
and I'll tell you what.
Okay.
They're going to open at 9 a.m. a week from Saturday, and Megan will tell us the rest of it. As I said, we had a sneak preview of the store, and it was very, very impressive. Teddy was in heaven. 30,000 square feet of golf experience, from indoor putting green to state-of-the-art fitting bays, simulator technology. Amazing assortment of apparel for men, women, and of course juniors, and something for everybody. And she's kind enough to join us. Megan Mahoney, welcome to the show, and we appreciate you taking time to join us. So how are you, young lady? We're having a little audio.
We have not heard that, Megan, not yet. Where are
I can wave at you. Can you hear me? She can hear us. We can't hear her there, Adam.
While we're waiting for Megan to come back on air, I would just like to ask a question about exactly where the PGA Superstore is in St.
Okay,
Pete.
you know when you're going on 66th Street,
Okay.
you're heading north before you get to Tyrone Boulevard.
Yes.
There's still a Best Buy there.
Yeah.
There's a Marshalls there.
Yep.
It's in the old Bells or Beals, however you want to pronounce it.
Oh, okay.
It's in that
that's
spot,
great.
and it's got a great parking lot.
Perfect.
It's a perfect spot to open it up, and it
That
had
is a perfect spot.
you know, they do their analytics. These people know what they're doing, so the traffic numbers are there to justify it. There's no other superstore like it. There's one over in Tampa, of course, but we got a big enough market here, too, and it's the entire Gulf Coast will be taking advantage of it. And you've been to a PGA Tour superstore, haven't you?
Absolutely, they're phenomenal.
Usually-
I mean, they have everything you want,
Yeah.
everything you need.
I've gone to the one in Bradenton before, but I love the idea that there's going to be something right here in St. Pete close. So,
Because you have a lot of fitting, you have a lot
Yeah.
of things that you can do there with club repair and all that fun stuff. You're back on, we think.
we think you're back up.
Can
Megan,
you-
can you hear us?
Well, we're frantically trying to correct these technical difficulties.
Do you know
I apologize.
sign? Do you know
what,
sign?
What
Can we
store?
do
What
sign?
store are you? Are you in a store up in Atlanta? You cannot, or maybe I should pull up AI on sign language, and we could have a conversation.
A computer generated voice, that would be good.
Well,
She can
you know,
call us. She can
countdown is 9 days away.
She can call us and we can talk to her on the phone.
That's true. We had that happen with Bill not too long ago.
Hey, would you mind? We will let you go, and then you call my cell phone, and we'll just have a phone conversation. We'll get around this thing and make sure that we get you we get a conversation because number one, now I can put a face to the text, and now we can have a phone conversation as well.
She's dialing away. There it is. There it is. She's talking to you. She's on the phone.
Hello, young lady.
How are you? Can you hear me now?
Oh, can we ever?
Technology, 21st century technology.
Amazing.
How are you, Megan?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Thanks for your patience. We're doing superb. You know, I got Masters hats here. I got on the Tee Florida hats. I could have sent one to you since you wanted to wear a hat when you came on.
I've got my hats here. Depending on how this interview was going, was which one I was going to wear. So
Well, right now you might want to put about 5 of them on.
Put the mute one on.
Hey, you notice we have a lot of fun down here. Actually,
I can tell. Where are y'all at?
we're down here at a place called
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
No, she's talking about this is the Gulf, coast, GOLF.
It
Well, this is the Gulf Coast. We're about a block from the Gulf of Mexico, or America, however you want to look at it, and then we're on the intercoastal, and we're about 3 miles from your new launch down here in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's a cool spot.
And where are y'all hanging out tonight?
This is Sea Dogs Brewery. It's our headquarters each and every Thursday, and then we have one down at Ferg Sports Bar and Grill in downtown across from Tropicana Field. So we broadcast from both locations, and they're
We're
high.
going to be at both of those places next week, leading up to the store opening.
Perfect. Well, you let us know when you're going to be out and about. You're coming down for the opening?
I am. I arrive in town on Thursday, so we'll get ready for the store opening. But we have folks coming in on early next week that we have some sort of pop-up activations going on where we're going to have giveaways, gift cards, register to raffles to win clubs, golf bags, and stuff. And so on the 8th, we're going to be at Gulfport Brewery from 4 to 7. And then on the 9th, on Tuesday, we're going to be down at Ferg's pregame.
Well,
know,
we'll meet you there.
Funny.
We'll help.
Cheer on the Red Sox, right, that are in town?
Hey. We'll help you coordinate everything, and there will be a lot of Red Sox fans as well.
Hey,
In fact,
That's funny. She's on my same schedule.
I know, I know.
The bar, that's the same.
He's from Massachusetts, even though he played golf at North Carolina. But you and I will have a conversation off air. But I'll meet you there and make sure that everything goes smoothly within that environment. And it will be packed with Red Sox fans, I can assure you
Yeah,
that.
so we're going to be there Tuesday night, and then we're going to go back for the day game on Wednesday. We'll be there from 11 to 2. We're also going to be out at the Trade Winds Resort on Wednesday morning. We're going to have a 6-hole sort of putting contest on the beach, open for beach goers.
We're about a mile from there, right?
Okay, so we're going to have giveaways. We're going to have entered a raffle. Handing out 20 off of 100 gift cards, giving away beach balls, suntan lotion, hats. So we're doing a lot of things kind of leading up into Saturday's opening, and then on Friday night we're going to be at Sea Dog Brewing Company.
All right. Well, we'll meet you down
All right, there we go. All right.
We'll meet you down here again too, and have a blast. So you've earmarked all the fun locations in the market, and we'll have a blast. And then Thursday, maybe you can sneak away and come down here and be live on the air.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Maybe, or I'll send somebody else. Again, let's see how this goes.
Wow, there you go. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to you guys coming down. Teddy had a great time last night. Took all kinds of pictures and shot video. He's a professional caddy, and he's been to about every location in the state where you guys are located. But he was like a kid in a candy store, getting to come in, and they locked the door behind him, and Kevin shows him around, and I felt bad that I couldn't do that. But hey, let's give us a little bio on who we're talking to. Your background, how long you been with the company, that type of thing.
Well, I've been with PGA Tour Superstore for 8 years now. It's a wonderful experience getting to promote golf for a living. So I've gotten to do a lot of wonderful things. I've been in PR going back to the 20th century, where I started out at CNN back in the old days.
Oh, you were CNN gal?
Yeah, back when Ted was running the business and all that.
I bet it was a lot of fun then.
It was so, and stressful too, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, those were the golden days, the glory days of cable television, and you've probably been to a Braves game or two through that period of time, and probably a Falcons now. You got a superb job.
Yes, but and I've been fortunate enough to go to a lot of grand openings, and let me tell you, I know you're chatting them up a little bit, but they really are inexperienced. People, we give away $30,000 in merchandise, anywhere from iron sets and drivers and fairway woods, putters, a lot of tech, travel bags. And so people actually kind of show up early and get in line. They set up a tent on the sidewalk, and they do a little bit of everything. And it's been fun to see some of the things, like when we opened up down in Estero, there was a guy that came in who was probably in his mid-30s, and he came over with his father from Houston, and they camped out. It was quite warm then, but they were there camping, and I played cribbage with them. And when we opened up in Tampa, up in Carrollwood, they were doing playing beer pong and doing fireball shots. So even in Milwaukee, when we opened in the dead of December, they had their ice fishing tents out there, and we're out camping out. So it's a bit of a thing, and it's got a following. We actually have to have rules that we published online. So when you can get up and leave, and you can only leave your seat for 20 minutes, so you can't just pop your chair there and leave. So it's fun. We get pizza for the campers on Friday night, and we'll have like birdies and biscuits on Saturday morning. We've got a DJ. We've got Mayor Welch that's going to be there. Wow. We've got the head of St. Pete's Chamber of Commerce, and we do the ribbon cutting and the ceremonial first putt with the confetti flying out and high fives. We do like about a 2 to 3 minute high five with all of our associates as the guests come in line. And by about like 7:30, 8 o'clock, we'll have anywhere from like 200 to 450 people in line waiting for the doors to open. So it's a fun thing.
I can assure you, I can assure you that the stops you're making, especially Fergs, which before a game you can have 2,500 to 3,000. In all seriousness, especially Boston or Yankees, fans coming through, and you'll pull a lot of people, and they'll be partiers, I assure you that. And Sea Dogs and all the locations you're at, you're going to garner a lot of interesting characters that love the game of golf down here.
So,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's such an obvious, this is our first store in St. Pete, but it's an obvious, I've been here, as I said, for a number of years. And I think since I've been here, we've been looking for the right location to be in St. Petersburg. I mean, there's a ton of golf down there. It's like more than 40 golf courses in the area. You've got everything that's happening in Pinellas and Hillsborough counties, it's a very outdoor. You've got the Pinellas Trail. You got a little pirate folklore going on here too, and it's just a very up and coming part of the state. And so it's taken us a little while, but we're excited to finally be here.
I was wondering how you got into the golf business from the cable Newswood network.
I grew up playing a lot of sports, and I was a big fan. I love to play golf, and I had a cousin who is a scratch golfer, and his family played a lot of golf, and so that introduced me to the game. And I don't play as much as I'd like to play, but when I get out there, I like to try and have a good time. I'm more than comfortable losing a golf ball or two. I've accepted that.
Atta girl.
We'll just keep going
she
and
can be part of
try
that.
and get out of the beach.
She can be part of the Hack Nation.
that's right.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure you don't have any shortage of great equipment when you're playing.
It does have like a perk or two where, there are some golf balls that are lying around in the office that, we have access to. So that's a nice little perk, yes.
So Megan, you've been, you said, with the PGA Superstore for 8 years, and so I mean, you and I both know traditionally a lot of the golf gear has been geared towards men, but really in the last few years, I feel like there's been a huge boom in the demand from women, and as far as like equipment, clubs, clothing. I feel like there's so many more brands on the market. What do you have that's going to be really appealing for the ladies out there?
Well, just in general, right, the growth of women's golf is up 34% over the last 5 years. And if you take that number even down into junior girls,
Right.
that number goes up to 60%. And overall, junior golf is up 58% over that time. So we're seeing a huge kind of change and a shift into the game in that people are playing for different reasons. They're playing to have fun. They're
Right.
playing for the social connection. They're playing for the wellness piece, both mind, body, and spirit. They're not taking themselves too seriously. They're comfortable with, hey, I'm laying 8. I'm going to pick up my ball and head on to the next tee.
Yes, I'd love to hear that.
And so there's, the game has kind of really become much more accessible to a larger group. And so I think that's sort of
Agreed.
the 30,000 foot level. And, one of the nice things, and as I said, being a golfer, to kind of come into our stores and see the selection
Right.
of, equipment and apparel for not only women, but for juniors too,
Sure.
it gives us choice. And I've been to other, stores, in previous lives where I didn't have a large selection. So
No.
there's the traditional kind of, the brands that we know, like Nike and Under Armour and Adidas, but you also have brands like Lululemon and Johnny O and Varley that have gotten into the golf thing. So we try to offer a little bit of that, and so that, our customers, men, women, juniors, all have a sort of choice.
That's one of the things that Teddy noticed, and he brought up those labels, believe it or not, because he's also he's an entrepreneur into merchandising, and he brought those labels up and said the diversity is absolutely outstanding. And here you are, near and dear to my heart is the hacks that make the Bill Butner, the pros, lives as far as teaching.
Oh, did you say Bill Buckner?
Bill Butner.
Bill Butner.
Oh, Bill
not
Butner.
Buckner.
All right.
Oh my
That was a
God!
round ball.
She's
No
about
ground
ready to
ball.
have a heart attack.
No ground ball. No ground ball here.
Okay.
Oh my God! Oh, I can't wait to see you at Ferg's with your Boston Red Sox gear on. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of. Did you say Bill Buckner?
Oh, how many times have I heard that?
Oh my God! Yeah.
I do have my Durham Bulls hat too here. So
There you go. Atta girl. Yeah. Well, you'll be loved down here. Hey, let's talk a little bit about at that level. Bill was a PGA professional for 15 years, and the conversations we had with Joe Gorman, he said, and obviously down there in that arena, a lot of the PGA professionals, the world's finest, live in that neighborhood. He said they stop into the store. quite often just to tweak things.
They do, and you know it's there down in South Florida, and sometimes it's a Steph Curry out in one of our Northern California stores. We've had NFL players in our Nashville store. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but those guys are all kind of avid golfers too when they can. So we've had Matt Ryan in our store, former Atlanta Falcons quarterback, and so they're checking out their gear. They're geeking out as well. So yeah.
Well, Matt's an employee essentially of the big umbrella anyway.
Yes,
of
he is.
Mr. Blank's empire, which is the more I dive into it, the more intrigued I am about the tentacles that he reached, and people that work for him off camera and off air say he's just a wonderful human being.
He is. We are a values-based organization, and to be part of a values-based organization is something special. He is always talking about the importance of being purposeful in everything we do. So one of the things, too, is our core values is giving back to others. So I neglected to mention, but we'll also be working with the First Tee down there. The First Tee of St. Petersburg.
They're good friends of ours, Rick, and good friends of Bill Butner's, and we do a lot with First Tee of St. Pete.
And Brittany Lincecum is a big proponent of that.
Okay, yeah. So we'll give them a charitable gift on Saturday morning, but our connection to the First Tee is year-round from in-store events and supporting their events on the course, in-kind donations. So it's a year-round support. And another thing I should have mentioned too is we actually had our associates sort of introduce ourselves to the community. They were out with the cleaning up the quarterly
on the beach.
Cleaning up the beaches. Yep. So they were out there.
That beach is
about a week and a half ago, and they were on Treasure Island.
That's where we're at. That beach. That's where I basically have been since I came down here in 2016, Treasure Island. But that beach is a block and a half from here.
Oh, right. Oh, great.
Yeah. Sea Dogs Brewery.
See, we're pretty landlocked up here, so I'm looking forward to seeing the water.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love it down here thoroughly, and yeah, it's right behind me.
Right behind them.
And we look forward to you coming down. When are you come? What day are you coming down next week?
So I come in on Thursday, and I actually have family up in Palm Harbor. So
beautiful.
I'm gonna spend some time with them, and we're gonna open the store and hopefully have a big crowd and a lot of smiling faces.
All right. Well, you've made my face smile often when you've allowed us to participate in this promotion and get involved. We're the little guys, but everybody in the marketplace knows us in the world of golf.
And I've seen some of your guest lists. I've seen you've had Tracy West and others on the show.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Tracy loves us. Well, I think she loves Bill, but we've been blessed. Jeremy Friedman, you'll meet him. He's the media director for the Annika, driven by
Cambridge, yes.
Yeah, and he is a close friend of the show and comes on. He used to be at the Golf Channel when I had this kind of a production in Iowa, and I hunted him down. John Rager let me know that he was with the Annika, and I hunted him down 20 years later. He said, "Man, you're still a pain in my ass." And pleasantly, I said, "Yeah." So you'll need to get to know him well. He's another one of the people like Tracy West who was superb in this market too, involved in a lot.
Hey, can I do a little bit of a prop there just before we
Of course, you can have as long as you want.
I just wanted to share some of the specs that are in the store. I know you all were there yesterday, but so in addition to that, 29,000 square feet of the building, the putting green that we have there is 1,450 square feet. We offer golf lessons, we offer club fitting, we do club repair, we do club regripping. We'll have 2 studio fitting bays. There are 4 hitting bays as well. We have a golf simulator showroom, so that on those days where you're not wanting to play, in 96-degree weather at the end of June and July down there, you can bring that in. We can help you get set up with, a temporary structure if you're looking for something more permanent. So, we talked about the growth of women's game in juniors, but also the growth of off-course participation is just skyrocketed over the last few years. And we've seen a lot of people interested in the launch monitors and getting something set up for their.
Well,
their
and of
homes.
course, you guys involved in TGL. I mean, he couldn't get any more off-course quality than that, baby.
TGL, and it was announced that Arthur, we would be the first. We're the first announcement for the women's TGL team. So Atlanta will be getting a women's TGL team once they kick off their season.
That was a bold and a wise move as well.
Yes, and I think the ratings have been very good. That they're on a during the week on a Monday and a Tuesday when you're not having football season's over. So I think they've really enjoyed that. Attraction. They're attracting a younger group to the game too, which is awesome for everyone.
And the majority of the marquee ladies all live down Bradenton's where Nelly Cordes from, and the majority of them all right here in Florida within distance of the venue.
Do we think she has a shot to win this weekend out at Riviera?
Well, she struggled a little bit today, but
Yeah. There's 4 days of golf though.
yeah, and she's only 5 off the pace, so she's kind of like Scotty Scheffler, as the pro will say.
Never count them out.
Yeah, you never count those two out.
That's true.
Well, anything else you want to PR there? Because this is your forum right now.
No, I just wanted to make sure I was talking about a little bit what's inside the store too. But yes, the apparel is half of the store, but we've got a ton of clubs. We've got training equipment. I'm staring around here. We've got sun protection. We've got belts. We've got sunglasses. We've got shoes. We've got water container. We've got 75 different kinds of golf balls. So there's going to be something for everyone to see and check out on Saturday. And yes, we have the giveaways on Saturday morning, but we will be having specials all weekend long.
How'd the hiring 2 days go?
I believe very well. So they are ready. Kevin's got his team ready to go, and they are just finishing up. There's some stuff we're still working. They're still working on that shoe wall, but it'll be ready by Saturday, I promise. So,
Well,
but they're getting there.
And Kevin's a good old boy from the area. Went to Osceola High School, and we have another production called the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection, and I mentioned Osceola and the Warriors, and he was excited about that. So he's going to come down and join us once in a while on Saturday to promote the place too.
Okay, that's good. Good for Kevin.
All right, Megan, describe a St. Patty's Day with Megan Mahoney.
I'm not going to disclose my age, but it used to be a day that I would take off. It was always a vacation day.
Yeah, and the day after to recover.
But not anymore. So let's just say I grew up in the Northeast and in upstate New York, and when I went to school, those bars were opening up at 8 a.m. and I've learned a thing or two.
God bless the good old days. Where'd you go to school at?
I went to school in the University of Buffalo, but I grew up closer to the Albany area.
Gotcha. All right, dear. Well, we look forward to meeting you in person. I appreciate.
I'm looking forward to it myself. Thank you so much for the time.
And we'll be texting back and forth to coordinate over at Ferg's. I'll make sure that you guys get a chance to get on the mic on the stage and have some fun. And it's an interesting audience down there, and you'll have an absolute blast. And you will feel like you're right at home for that Red Sox game. In fact, the minority, as Bill can tell you, is typically Rays fans. Unfortunately, when Boston comes to town.
But the Rays are having a great season. Y'all are in first place, right?
It doesn't matter. I'm telling you right now, they're having a superb season, but they're like the Rodney Dangerfields of baseball. They don't get the respect they deserve, and especially when Boston or New York's in town. It's just it's Fenway South and Yankee Stadium South. I worked for the Cubs organization, and they opened the season against the Cubs, and it was Wrigley South down there.
Wow.
Unfortunately, a lot of people were upset with me because I had my entire gang, 11 of us, all wearing our Cubs gear.
Cubs gear.
Yeah, at Ferg's, but that's just the way it was.
Let's just say the smart.
Is that blasphemy?
Yeah, it was to them, but it would have been black. Harry Carey would have come out of his grave if I would have been pulling for the Rays against our beloved Cubs.
Wow. Unfortunately, a lot of people were upset with me because I had my entire gang, 11 of us, all wearing our Cubs gear. Yeah, at Ferg's, but that's just the way it works.
All right, Megan. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon. I look forward to next week. We'll have a blast.
I look forward to meeting you all in person. Thank you much for having me, and we'll figure out this audio connection for next time around.
Yes, I guarantee you we will. Thanks for your flexibility.
Have a good night.
All right, Megan Mahoney, and
Cheers.
I tell you what, she's going to be a lot of fun. She has been a lot of fun to work with, and now that I can put a face to the text and to the emails, I can't tell you how I badgered that poor lady to get us involved with them.
Well, the funny thing is, I mean, I know it feels like a bit of a promotion, but the truth is, when it comes to shopping and getting golf gear in St. Pete, it is hard. Like, I've always had to go either to Sarasota. We have our pro shops at the clubs and things like that. But if you want like a really big selection, it's challenging.
No, most everybody goes to Sarasota.
Yeah, they do. So it's big.
Well, John, that was a nice conversation. Looking forward to the store opening up, and Megan's got she's got it figured out that the places to go. She's going down to Trade Winds. That place is packed. The only thing I'd say about Trade Winds is that's a lot of vacationers. She's also targeting the places that she knows are, cornerstones of this marketplace.
Hey, well, Mike, I mean, my goodness, she's coming to Ferg. She's coming to Sea Dogs. If you come to those two places, you have captured the essence of sports and golfers in the greater Tampa Bay area, but especially in St. Petersburg, where they're opening up the stores. So she's absolutely nailed it. So anybody's watching, PGA Tour Superstore, you got to go. You got to go. Maybe you don't want to camp out overnight, but you may want to be there first thing to get some tchotchkes of that $30,000 prizes they give away.
I'm telling you right now, Teddy will join us about 7:40, and he's gonna camp out. I know he was in heaven. Kevin gave some gift certificates yesterday. We'll distribute them among the crew here and hand them out to people in the marketplace. But he was like a kid in the candy store. So I think old Brewski will have some brewskis. And what'd she say, biscuits and beer, or biscuits and...
Yes.
No, they didn't say biscuits and beer. Come on.
No,
Gosh.
Really good.
What'd she
It was
say?
biscuits and golf balls or something like that.
Biscuits and birdies, biscuits and balls.
Biscuits and birdies.
Biscuits, yes.
Yeah, biscuits and birdies. Well,
Biscuits and birdies. I like that. Does that mean it's like chicken biscuits and like Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I don't have a clue.
Assuming so.
There's a Chick-fil-A about 2 blocks away.
That's true.
They
Well,
should
you
probably-
never know. Hey, I like the way that rhymed.
Well, that's what we do. We're creative people there. Look at this. You think I'd be dressed like this if we weren't creative? Thanks to Miss Ashley Grimaldi.
Sometimes we got to bring a little cheer.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
A little.
Sometimes we need to refill the chair.
Yeah, sometimes we need to refill the chair. Hey, I've got a question. So today I watched a little. John Gruden has his show,
Right.
or has like a podcast.
Yeah, podcast.
And one of the questions that he was asking on there to the Avila Pro was about the etiquette on changing your golf shoes
I saw that.
in the parking lot. And so I was like, it's pretty funny, but a lot of us do it, and I wanted to get your opinion. What do you do, Bill and Mike?
It depends on the club.
Yeah.
I know at Country Club in North Carolina, when I played up there, I tried to change them in the parking lot,
Yeah.
and I was advised that we don't do that here.
Oh, you did? You
Oh,
got
yeah.
scolded.
I got scolded. And they
What
said-
BS?
Longtime PGA Tour professional got scolded
Talk
in the parking
about
lot up
smug.
there.
And I know there are other clubs that are very adamant about not changing the shoes in the parking lot. And a lot of
Yeah.
the guests at St. Pete Country Club coming in ask whether it's permissible to change.
And what do you say, Bill?
I said, well, we're a relaxed club.
We're a little more casual here.
Well, you saw what
Hey, wait
Chucky.
a second. Wait
You
a
saw what
second.
Chucky did.
Times have changed greatly. Old pros like us. Howie
Yes.
Long does this too on the Fox Football Sundays. We don't wear golf shoes anymore. We do the slip-in Skechers right here. That's
Okay.
what we do. That's what the old pros wear.
Well, that's not what Chucky had on, but he just continued to put them on in the parking lot.
Hey, Mike, I want to give you a quick update on Chucky. So on the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection, I'm doing a mic'd up with Chucky, with John Gruden, with Barry Smith in mid-August, and we're gonna air that on the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection.
I'm looking forward to that alliance.
Awesome.
We're making a lot of changes for our broadcast and for Instagram, TikTok, and updating Facebook. So that'll be that'll be a premier one with our good friend Barry Smith, and then you throw John Gruden into the conversation. That
Hey,
that
Mike, while
merits
you're
a lot of
mentioning,
views.
social media, Ashley, I tagged you today, St. Pete Country Club on
Okay.
Instagram, and
Okay.
Bill Butner, I tagged him. But you know what? Earlier this week, you guys had the most tremendous Instagram post from St. Petersburg Country Club with Chapel Hill Bill. Tell us a little bit about this, because this is fascinating. I've got
Is it-
people from, when we do these mic'd ups, we do these mic'd ups from California to New York down to Tampa Bay. And I actually was on a mic'd up last night, and somebody asked me about who in the hell is Chapel Hill Bill. I need to know more. You got to tell us more about Chapel Hill Bill.
Well, there's a little bit of a background with this. So, Bill started his adventure of leaving the club and traveling last summer. And Bill last summer went to Canada, and we made a huge story that our women's golf group that Bill instructs, Nine and Wine, was shut down due to bad behavior, and that Bill had to leave the country. And so we followed a whole story last summer about Bill in Canada and hiding out and trying to communicate with all of us from Nine and Wine. So this summer it led to Bill going to North Carolina, and of course we needed to add some context to that. So we made a bit of a story that Bill became, a bit of a golf guru while he was in North Carolina.
I found myself.
He found himself, changed his persona a bit. Really.
Well,
kinda
wait a
got-
second. He found himself. All the lovely ladies found Bill. That was what it's all about.
Yeah, of course. He can't help himself. So, when he was in North Carolina, the people loved him. They embraced him. We've always said that, the other Bill, Belichick, that went to North Carolina has not been embraced like Bill Butner. So that Bill is really the real Chapel Hill Bill. So they built a statue in his honor. I think Bill.
That statue on the Instagram post at St. Pete Country Club, and then Butner Bill at Instagram. I saw that statue and I go, that is so cool. That is absolutely wonderful.
Did you see my pink Cadillac as I took
I did
off?
another little segment with him. When he was going off on his road trip, we had him in a pink car driving through pink clouds. It was pretty cool. AI can be fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I have some people basically around the world, former players in Germany and Sweden and Spain, asking me about what did I
What's
do?
going on?
What is going on? When did you move to North Carolina? When did when they build a statue?
I like making Bill Butner the biggest character in the whole wide world. So you could call me, I guess. I don't know. I'm your publicist.
Why do you
I
think
guess.
I've been so nice to you lately?
Well, that's why I got
You're a
this
worldwide celebrity these days.
Bill deserves a recognition.
Oh yeah, really.
Deserves a recognition.
You notice I quit giving him so much grief.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
He's a superstar.
Yeah.
Superstar, and he's gonna be advising
We
my.
got the superstore too.
He's gonna be advising my grandson, so I got to be really nice to him.
Wow. There you go.
We might actually, Bill and I talked about, we might start providing maybe some tips. We do our Tuesday Night and Wine.
Tips for what topic? Golf?
Golf.
Oh, I'm just checking.
Yeah,
I'm just checking.
We used to do every week Tuesday tips for a long time, so we're going to bring back maybe a little instruction on this side of town. How about that, John Rieger?
I could have a lot of fun.
Oh,
with
that would be fantastic. I need a little help with my backswing here. That would be great.
Yeah. So Bill's good at breaking it down for us.
We'll break it down in all facets of the game.
Somebody needs to keep an eye on what comes out of my pie hole. That Tuesday tips, I could have had a lot of fun with that.
I know.
But I'm gonna
just keep that,
I'm zipping it.
wrapped up.
I'm zipping it.
Yeah, that sounds
I'm
good.
zipping it, Bill.
I'm glad to hear that. That's good. The good news is we can cut it, edit it as we need.
No. Tuesday tips because you hit from the tips. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Mike.
I rallied, didn't I? Yeah, hit from the tips.
Get from the tips.
And then when the poor cart jockeys like me work there, they don't get any tips on Tuesday. No Tuesday
You
tips.
know what? Actually, you got a lot of tips the other day, Bill, when we were at Nine and Wine.
Oh, Nine and Wine girls were phenomenal. mean,
They tip you?
Yeah.
tip me. They did more than that. They were
Hey, you told me to watch what I said.
All right.
I always say to people, it's like you get to come out for a couple of hours with someone that actually played professionally. A playing lesson
Pretty cool.
with a
Very cool,
a
actually.
tour professional would be a lot of money. So, yeah, they show them a little love sometimes. Give them a little
Hey, Mike, are we going to do a leaderboard tonight?
Yeah, why don't you take that leaderboard?
Oh no, I don't
and-
know if I'm
Over here.
incapable of doing a leaderboard. I'll do it, I guess. But
I want someone to throw to me and say, Ashley, hey, do the LPGA leaderboard because I always love
okay,
all
here's
those
what we'll do.
names.
I'll do the PJ Tour leaderboard. You do the
No,
Women's
she
Open
doesn't.
leaderboard.
She does not want it.
Just the opposite. I'd like
Okay,
to do
well,
the men's.
I'm looking at this
You
Ice
do
Pick
the
Vodka
ladies.
bottle. So this is the Ice Pick Vodka PJ Tour leaderboard, also presented by Michelob Ultra and Ultra Zero. So this is the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday. First round, I'm going to give you the top 3 leaders. Okay, we have Wyndham Clark, former U.S. Open champ, just won recently, 67, 5 under
Boo,
par.
not a fan. Boo.
JJ Spawn.
US
I think I had a dream about JJ Spawn winning. And, where is Christian Champ Sharp? We know he's off for the summer and he's
I know,
out
we
there.
need him.
And we really need this man because he just absolutely nails it. Our good friend Wild Bill Stereau
Can he
grosses
compliment
me out every Sunday afternoon because he goes and he picks all these things. And I said, how do you do this, Wild Bill? And he goes, Christian Champ Sharp. I watched your show. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Wild Bill's going to go to the poorhouse here shortly because he's got no picks from Christian Champ Sharp.
Well,
Hey,
Christian's
look-
gonna start providing me with information, and from time to time he'll do a little video stream live.
hey, we need him to
Keep him in the
record.
mix.
We need him to record every week and give us the picks because
Especially
we're dying
before-
out here. We're not
especially
making any
before-
money.
especially before the U.S. Open.
Now come on.
We have
John.
Fleetwood Mac at -5 right there, 67. Young man Gerard, who's been playing very well the last couple of weeks on the PJ Tour at -5, and the Canadian Nick Taylor at -4.
Whoa,
Wait.
back up. Who is the Gerard?
Ryan Gerard, he's like one of the young lions out there, like you were back in 1987.
Where did he go to school?
Who gives a
Well, I
damn?
think that he went to a school that it was in one of those southern states that's heavily involved with tobacco and
Go
banking.
Heels. Go Heels, baby.
That's what I thought. Yes.
Yeah.
Passionate.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And Nick Taylor's at -4, the Canadian, and next week, guess what? I think it's the RBC Canadian Open coming up. So with that, the Nick Taylor, low Canadian right now so far. Scotty Scheffler, we were ragging on him earlier. I heard that, I don't know if it was Ashley or Bill that said he rinsed the ball there somewhere, or maybe Adam Woodard said that, but he's -2
Adam
right
did.
now. He's
Adam brought it
-2.
up.
He's right there. The Memorial is such a tough golf
He's
course.
always right there.
It is such a tough golf course. So anyway, that is your PJ Tour leaderboard presented by Ice Pick Vodka.
My man. So are you gonna give a shot at that?
I can try. I'm never gonna be champ, but I'm gonna try my best. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's tackle some of these LPGA names. They're my favorites. So on the top of the leaderboard right now, we
This
have
is the
for today-
LPGA
I know, this is
US
LPGA,
Open.
the Women's U.S. Open from Riviera this week in Los Angeles. A really tough course. So I'm sure the conditions have been a little crazy out there for the ladies today. So
And it was a little chilly earlier.
yeah, it's always, hey, remember this time of year in LA, they call it's June gloom, right? Adam's not paying attention over there. It's cold and usually in the 60s in LA this time of year. Everybody always thinks it's hot, but it's pretty chilly. So on top we have Si Yoon Kim. She's actually, oh my gosh, I lost my place. She's in first right now at 4 under. And oh my goodness gracious! And then we have one of our favorites, Jennifer
Cupcho.
Kupcho.
Good job. You're getting there.
I know. I lost my place here.
You don't want Jeremy Friedman hearing you butcher these names.
Yeah, I know. Isn't he?
Or
is he the
Justin
one? No,
Sheehan.
it was Justin. It was Justin at Pelican.
Hey, you know what, Mike? You got to give a girl a break here right now. I'm going to tell you why. Those are the toughest names to pronounce.
Thank you.
I spent 25 years as an announcer on the Champions Tour. I can tell you that even the most simplest name, you'd be surprised how you could botch it. So you go, girl. You do your best.
Thank
you. You do your best.
Thank you. I appreciate your support. So we have a Dang from Canada, a top one also at 4 under. We have a Lopez at 3 under. Yoon at 3 under as well. Man, everybody's kind of a neck and neck here. And then there is Yoon and then you at 3 under. And I think
hey, no laughing, no laughing.
We need to stop right here.
I think I'm going to let her.
I think.
I'm going to stop the misery.
Yeah, thank you.
Now,
thank you.
Here's a little snapshot of it.
Yes.
There's only 2 U.S. flags in the top 15, so
know.
that's all I care about.
Yeah.
That's right.
And in the U.S. Open, you never shoot the 61, 62.
No.
Everybody bunches at a low number, 3 under, 4 under, and it's usually the guy that can do that, girl that can do that.
Yeah, lady.
People that can do that 4 days in a row. And that's the hardest thing to do at a U.S. Open is to score well 4 days in a row. You're gonna be in trouble, and you got to figure out how to play golf around all the trouble the U.S. Open brings.
And I guess I was kind of mentioning it earlier to Adam, but the big story today was really about Nelly Korda, how she was playing because she was like coming to L.A. They had LeBron James welcome her with a special gift with his special edition shoes, and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna get out there, I'm gonna wear them out of the gate. I think the shoes didn't quite fit. I think the shoes were a little big for her, so I think like
she had to switch them out on the course.
Yeah, like 6 holes in, she had to change her shoes.
She looked like she looked early. I watched a lot of it.
It became the story.
She looked miserable.
Yeah,
but she's probably thinking, oh.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody on a serious note. I was watching the Golf Channel earlier this week. I was watching the press conferences, and one of the things they did live at the Golf Channel from the U.S. Women's Open, it's only a year and a half ago since the Palisades fires. And you remember when they had those that they didn't play the L.A. Open. They moved it to Torrey Pines in San Diego because it came that close to burning down Riviera, with all the trees and everything around it. And Riviera actually opened their clubhouse out to anybody in that local community that need a place to stay temporarily. So it was a really heartfelt story. It's a year and a half later. The ladies are there. They've done a lot of community involvement. No one has still rebuilt there in the Palisades. So it was that close for Riviera Country Club to go up in flames. And so it's a great venue, and I tell you what, it's also remembrance of something that got way out of hand. A lot of people's lives were lost and destroyed in that big fire. But kudos to the USGA and the women for coming there and having that tournament and continuing on.
It's kind of interesting. I lived on the west side of LA for a long time, and when it comes to the conversation about fires in general, very rarely was there anything even close. I mean, Malibu, you would get
kind of like us at Treasure Island here in the hurricane.
Yeah, it's unusual, but Malibu, you get fires, but not that close to where most of us live. And sometimes you get a little ash on your windshield. But it's interesting. I actually have a friend that sells real estate, and I've been seeing her constantly online, like they're trying to sell the plots. Like no one's rebuilt, but now people are kind of like gunning and trying to get property in the Palisades because most people that lived in that area had lived there for years and years. I mean, it's a prime location, and so
hey, let's talk about the
comeback. Going for $1
Let's talk about the comeback of Sea Dogs right here. And I know, Ashley, you've been seriously affected by
this whole neighborhood.
That came by there. But there was like 4 feet of sand where you're sitting right now. Yeah. All over Treasure Island. I know, Mike, you lived in Treasure Island, and Ashley, and I'm not sure, Bill, how it affected you, but I know that we couldn't even get on the island at Treasure Island because it was that devastating of the hurricane rolling in. So right now, you look back in the background, you got the beautiful, pristine, intercoastal there. You've got boats. But you guys literally. Not that long ago, we're under like 6 or 8 feet of sand where you sit right now.
2 years ago this October. In fact, I drive drive around the old neighborhood. I was down here for 10 years actually, and you were just talking about the plots that your friend's selling. You can drive up and down Gulf Boulevard or any of the offshoots, and there's 3, 4, 5 plots that are still for sale. And of course, the value of them being on the water is astronomical because ignorant northerners like me, you get mesmerized by that water.
People forget quickly.
Yeah. Well, like I told my son, he said, "Why are you selling the condo?" I said, "I don't want to deal with this anymore." And he said, "Come on, Pop." He lives in Denver. And I said, "Look at that water." I said, "It just pulls you in, doesn't it? I mean, we're this close to the water, just up here about 3/4 of a mile." I said, "It pulls you in. It sucks you in." I said, "And then it will make your effing life miserable at least one time." And we dodged, in that 10-year period, and my mom, 29 years, we dodged 4 or 5 hurricanes. You know what it's been like down here, Bill.
I've been here.
Yep. And then all it took was 2 back-to-back to change everybody's perspective. But as you said, John, this downstairs I was down here early because I had a tag. I came down to meet Fred, and it was like you know, we're in a war zone. It was so surreal looking around at the incredible damage, and I can't imagine what the fires were like because, you know. I mean,
Hey, Mike, is Lance Ringler floating around out there?
I'm efforting him as we talk.
Okay.
I know we've gotten to talk to Lance a couple of times recently, more than ever. But
Well, and I told him I said I won't.
Well,
bug you
let's try to
until-
track down Lance, and if and we'll track down Lance, and then maybe we'll finish up with Wild Bill, because Wild Bill was really wild in this last episode on Mic'd Up, and we had such a good time with it. But let's go ahead and this is organic, everybody. This is not, we're not trying to be like 60 minutes. And Scott Pelley, you're not coming on the show, Biddy. You're done. But what I'm trying to say is that we'll pick up the phone, we'll call, we'll see if we can get Lance Ringler on.
Yeah, well, we're efforting him. Trust me.
I think he was talking
You-
about maybe running the
guys think-
Wild Bill segment again.
you
if
guys-
we can't get in touch with
You
Lance.
guys think I'm just sitting here texting my kids and the girlfriends in my life? I'm always texting. I'm always texting our guest to get him prepared, and I'm not getting an answer. And he's still out in California, of course. Did you get a chance to watch?
I did. I was watching, the earlier matches, Auburn and who were they playing? Yeah, I can't remember.
UCLA.
UCLA, that's who it was.
So I was actually intrigued if you could kind of break this down for me a little bit. So I was looking at how they set this up, and it seems super complicated, but I think they did the schools against each other regionally, correct? First,
Correct.
They invited, I don't know what they had, probably 30 teams out there to play a medal event to qualify to the top 8.
right?
And then from the top 8, you go into the match play side, and that's where the different regions played different regions along the way.
I actually
and,
saw Memphis in there, which was
and then
shocking.
it's 5 match plays, three wins.
That's the beauty. It's like March Madness.
Yeah. Was there anybody that you were surprised kind of made it that far, or who did you think might have been a contender if Auburn couldn't have pulled it off? Bill?
I was going to say, UCLA, I think all the good teams made it.
Yeah.
But nobody like the Eastern Michigan team that was for the women's side.
Excuse me 1 second. Don't you always love it when John gets up to go to the restroom or freshen his cocktail?
I do.
I
I didn't think that John had. I didn't think John had
All we
cocktails.
see is an empty chair and his golf bags there.
This has got to be a beverage refreshing situation right here.
No, I would say the opposite. He's in his 60s. The beverages
Good point.
have impacted the bladder.
I'm sure
and-
he would be very excited that we were talking about that. But
No, I have a feeling he thinks he's on the segment with Wild Bill, and that's where he's
that's a good
taking
point.
a vacation.
So Bill, so then also, Oklahoma's been really strong, but there was actually the kid from Oklahoma State that won the individual championship, correct?
Yes, again, that was unusual, but not unusual because there's so many great players out there. But you're the Auburn guy that's won everything. He's won the Haskins Award back-to-back.
They're saying he's like maybe one of the top 15 college golfers of all time. I
Yeah.
saw that being compared.
Well, there's only 3 people have won the Haskins. The Haskins Trophy is the best collegiate player for the year, and he's won it back to back. And there's 3 players that have won it that way: Bobby Clampett, Phil Mickelson, and now.
Yeah, there were a couple college. Was it John Rahm? Was he a big college golfer? Or was it
Arizona State.
Yeah, he was.
But he
Yep.
wasn't that good.
He wasn't really that
No,
good. He
no.
got quoted. What about I think Tony Finau? He might have been.
He was at Utah there. I mean,
Okay.
they're all great.
That's why he's got
players.
so many kids.
But what do you think is contributing to the fact? I mean, we've talked about this before on air, but I feel like if the schools are kind of pulling away from the rest.
It's called cash.
Well, from the rest of the others right
It's
now.
it's
like
NIL.
they just seem so dominant. It's like
NIL,
crazy.
1,000%.
Let me go back to the day when I was playing.
Yeah.
And we were driving broken down school cars.
Boo-hoo.
Right.
And Oklahoma State had 1 private jet for each team. So they had
Oklahoma State did?
Yeah, they had Boone Pickens.
Boone Pickens there, and they gave them 2 planes to drive the teams to anywhere they wanted to go. And that I realized there was a little bit of difference in how the organizations are. Now it's a big war. I mean, you got Alabama, Auburn, Stanford.
SEC's always been strong.
Yeah, North Carolina's trying. And back in the day, it was, Ohio State had a team, and Michigan had a team, the indoor facilities. But I don't think you can compete now when you have $30 million facilities waiting on you in the South.
Hey, we've got some buffoonery taking place up there at St. Augustine Beach.
Oh, I see.
So John,
what-
hold on.
Oh, what? Here's what I want to say. I spent half my life on the other side of Tampa Bay. You guys are St. Petersburg, true and true all the way. So what you guys do is you wear the lays, right? Well, being grown up in Tampa Bay on the other side, we do beads, right? We do beads, but also I want to show you that I have my
It's like
own
a Christmas tree.
in my previous life, I was a member of a crew in Gasparilla, okay, and we would do all the parades and do community service, help the Pediatric Children's Foundation, the Pediatric Children's Cancer Foundation. We do the La Belle Femme, and so I created my own beads to throw out at the parade, and it looks just like me, doesn't it? There you go.
Yeah, it certainly does, my man.
What did you have to do for those bees? Is my question.
Well, you don't want to see this on live television. You don't want to see that, okay?
Absolutely not. One thing, when you get up to go do your shenanigans or go to the restroom, all we get to see is that empty chair, like we're remembering you from. Remember when he used to be with us, folks?
Yeah.
There's his chair.
There's his golf bags.
I'm going to have to leave like a stuffed animal in there while I go out and find another prop.
Well, Adam,
for a show and everything.
You get up more than 30 seconds, you're out of the window.
Oh, I know. Adam cuts me off right away when I'm out. Don't cut me off, Adam. I'm just there to get another prop.
Hey, I've got a question for you, John Rieger. They were talking about the U.S. Open this week with the ladies, and I know that you had a connection to Babe. Zaharias, yeah, when you were in Tampa, and I know she has a connection to Riviera. Do you have a little bit of history on that?
Well, the only history I have with Babe Zaharias is, I don't want to, date myself that bad, but when I was in college, that was my first job in the golf business, and I played on the college team of Hillsborough Community College before I went to the College of Charleston, and the Babe Zaharias golf course was just reopened. Babe Zaharias and her husband George Zaharias owned that golf course, but it closed in like 1959 or so. So they're actually going to have the 100th anniversary of Forest Hills Golf Club, which is now the Babe Zaharias Golf Course, because it was founded in 1926. It closed in 1959, 1974. The Tampa Sports Authority reopened it. Bobby Strickland, who I know that Bill knows very well, he's my mentor in the golf business. And they reopened the course. But what was really fascinating about it is that 74, 75, we'd have these Saturday games like you probably have at St. Pete Country Club. It would have Gary Koch show up and Bob Ford and Pat Lindsay and all
Jim
these people
Dent
show
and
up to
all
play in a
guys.
Saturday morning game at a municipal golf course in Tampa. But Babe Saharias Golf Course, named after the Babe. If you go there, there's memorabilia all the place. It was probably the start that I had in the golf business. You know, my first start was like going out and picking up the water buckets, you know, the coolers at the end of the night, or bringing in the flags. And then I ended up being an assistant pro there, and then moved on to other things. But special place. So I want to remind our viewers out there, it's coming up, and I think it's somewhere around the end of June, the 100th anniversary of Babe Saharias Golf Course. And if you don't know about it, they actually had an exhibition not too long ago with Woody Austin, as we call Aquaman, played the head golf professional there because the head golf professional shot 59 there, and Woody and he played an exhibition. We had 2,000 people show up. We raised a bunch of money for the first tee at Tampa Bay. But anybody listening to this, go on Facebook, look for the 100th anniversary of Babe Saharias Golf Course, a true community place and a special place, at least in my heart. I don't really know about her connection to Riviera Country Club, but I know that she was the pioneer in the LPGA, and she was the first woman to play in a PGA Tour event, and she held her own too. And
She made the cut. She made the cut in Riviera.
Absolutely, she was.
That's what
In 1932, she was an Olympic athlete, and then turned to golf. And there was a movie made about her. The actress, her name was Nancy Clark, and Alex Karras, the famous NFL football player from the Detroit Lions.
University of Iowa Hawkeye, by the way.
That's right, and he played George Saharias. But I remember Bill playing at Sunset Country Club. I think it's the Vinoy now or whatever. But George Saharias, we played in the Babe Saharias National Junior Golf Tournament, and George Saharias was there. He was still alive. You know, he had a big bowl of candy, and you finished 18th hole, and you grabbed some candy, and off you went. And to know that George Saharias, he was a wrestler. He was the first golf pro at a place, and I don't know, Bill, you were around at the time, but some of our viewers might be a little bit older, remember this. He was the first pro at the Loch Raven Par 3 in Tampa. Now it's like office parks across from Raymond James Stadium, but he was the very first pro at Loch Raven Par 3. There's a lighted golf course.
How old do you think Bill is, for Christ's sake?
100. But the Babe was best friends with Peggy Kirk Bell.
That's right.
When they were amateurs, they played together and they traveled together. And Babe is Bonnie's godmother, as a matter of fact.
So
she was there for the birth of Bonnie McGowan.
Right, and Peggy Kirk Bell, for those that
Wow.
don't know, it was one of the founders of the LPGA. And so there was, right?
Right. Oh,
Right,
yeah. And she was, helping Babe get through the start of the professional side, introducing to George, and again, she was such a star. She did make the cut in L.A. at the Riviera Club.
That was saying in 1945 she became the first woman to qualify for a PGA Tour event. At
but I think
Riviera.
made the cut. She's
she
the
made
only
it.
LPGA player to make
That's
the
what it
cut.
was saying. So she competed actually as an amateur against 84 male competitors, which is awesome.
Well, I tell you what we're going to do. Since he put so much energy into it, we're going to go to Wild Bill Saro's weather report. Of course, we had a little snafu earlier, but
He's very excited.
John's excited.
John.
John, you look like you look like you're dressed for another Saro's.
Well, here's what's going to happen. You're going to run the tape. I'm going to go cook dinner and come back.
All right, he's going to run the tape right now. So, Adam, get us rolling. And this is Wild Bill Saro and John Rager with their weekly
with audio, we hope,
weather report.
Here we go. Here we go.
Mic'd up.
And welcome everybody to On the Tee. Florida's Mic'd Up on the Shipyard Sports Connection Network. internet now. Everybody's got an app and they've got the phone. You know, you used to have a golf library to go build a golf course. You know, the golf course architects and civil engineers and everybody involved.
Okay.
But this book is called Golf Course Design. And Robert Graves, they didn't name Muirfield after him, but that is a definite Scottish name there. And Jeffrey Cornish. And so this book actually is kind of a fun book. I'm not trying to sell it online or anything, but if you want to go build a golf course, even today, everything you need to know on how to build a golf course is in this book right here. So that's how we used to do it. We used to have our library, have our books. You know, we would show up with our shovel and our book and try to figure it out. But nowadays, it's all technology and stuff like that. Hey, Bill, you know, I was also looking at a couple things here. Doing some research, and one of the big things is the milkshakes that they have at Muirfield Village here, golf course.
Now we're talking about a drink, not a dance, right?
Yeah, that's right. Not the milkshake, but it's the milkshake, right?
Yep.
And you know, it's really fascinating here. I mean, evidently, this has become such a tradition that everybody wants to get a milkshake. The players, the caddy, the media, anybody has access to the thing. And they have the signature chocolate milkshake. It's making me thirsty now. And the players say it's the absolute best on tour. So it says it's so iconic, the caddies, media, and even volunteers make time to grab one. Now, here's what they do. Now, I know this is the Food Network. You know, we will be looking for Guy Fieri on the next episode. But they're talking about it's premium ice cream. It almost is like soft serve ice cream, but it's premium ice cream, whole milk. You know, 100%, you know, natural syrup. So here's some players' comments on them. Okay. John Rahm, the Spaniard, has called these milkshakes dangerous. All right. Billy Horschel says he looks forward to them as much as the golf tournament itself. All right.
Wow.
And
that's
Jack
pretty
Nicklaus,
impressive.
and Jack Nicklaus jokes he's created a monster in the locker room with these chocolate milkshakes here. So, you know, so kudos to them. Hey, you know, one of the things I mentioned in the opening here is the shot on the 17th hole playoff. It was a shot that ricocheted off of a gallery rope. You know, they have these little stands. They run the rope through it. And this was 1976, as a matter of fact. So probably could have been, I guess, maybe it was the first year of the tournament. Roger Maltby, who we all know and love, he's on television. You know, I know the NBC keeps bringing it back a little bit because he's the guy that's you know, he's got the mustache and the glasses and he's walking around out there and he's giving you a report here. And so that was like, you know, one of his early years on the tour. He's actually a pretty good tour player. And he and Hale Irwin, the World Golf Hall of Famer. Now, Hale wasn't the World Golf Hall of Famer at the time, but Hale already won the U.S. Open. So they were tied after 72 holes. So on the par 4 17th and the first sudden death playoff hole, Roger Maltby pulled a 4-iron way left. Okay, it looks like it's going OB. It's, you know, a rookie, you know, young guy on the tour, future World Golf Hall of Famer, U.S. Open champ. It struck a thin gallery rope stake, okay, and it bounced back onto the green 20 feet from the hole.
Wow.
Okay,
that's lucky.
So what happened was, Hale had a 10-foot putt for birdie. Well, Maltby 2-footed for par. Hale was rattled by this, and he missed his 10-foot birdie putt. So they moved to the 18th hole, and Roger Maltby won that playoff. And so a volunteer retrieved the stake and gave it to Maltby right at the end of the round. He put it in his bag, and you know what he did? You know, that's a memento. You know, your first win on the tour, gives him that gallery stake, puts it in his golf bag. Well, you know, Roger was known as somebody who enjoyed his beverages and wanted to, you know, have a nice little time in the bar afterwards with all the patrons in the gallery.
He walked around the
hotel room. He left his gallery stake in the hotel room.
Oh no! I thought you were going to tell me that he sent it to the other guy signed.
No, that would be great. So anyway, that was one of the craziest bounces in Muirfield. So yeah,
that's very interesting. Have you ever played there?
I have not played there, but I tell you, somebody who has locally there that you know him, not John Dar Sr., but John Dar Jr. Because I think that through insurance, you know, he's a well-known insurance broker there in town, and he got to play there as a guest of one of the big insurance companies. Now, John Dar Jr. is a wonderful player. And I'm at the Hawkstone. It used to be called Hill Plantation, obviously. I have to keep repeating myself on that. But at Hawkstone, the 7th hole, John Darr Jr. from the Tips made a hole in one day. Hit a driver and made on the 7th hole. It's that straight hole.
Right.
Like, it's over 300 yards now. It's not like a short little hole. It's got to be 320 or 30 still.
Right.
I mean, he
From the Whites,
made a hole in one. So
from
he
the Whites,
played at Muirfield. Well, John played at Muirfield in the Pro-Am. And he said it was the hardest golf course that he ever played. And John Darr Jr. played college golf, a great amateur champ, and still a pretty good golfer today, even though he likes to go do a little bit more tailgating and maybe play a guitar here or there. But I think that's how tough that golf course is.
Yeah, there's a couple guys that I play with my son that from the Tips can put it on the green sometimes. On that hole. Yeah. I'm lucky if I make it to the fringe from the Whites. Getting older at 62. I'm pretty soon I'm going to roll up there in a wheelchair. But I got to get this green finished before I turn 62. I got to get finished by tomorrow.
Well, that's right. That is absolutely right, Bill. I can tell you that. And we have a few more minutes here, and I just wanted to ask you about, now that it's growing season.
Yes.
And spring has sprung, and now it's summer. How's that Backyard Golf Association? How's that backyard golf course doing?
I can take you for a little tour and show you how green the grass is getting here.
Quick tour.
Here we are.
Quick tour there.
So here, I haven't mowed the greens lately. We're just letting the grass grow out. But there's our signature hole right here coming up to the clubhouse.
Oh, look how green everything is. You don't have a filter on your camera. Holy smokes.
Nope, it's all green. Everything's greened out. Yep. Everything's turned out green.
You should be growing crops for the starving kids in China. You send them over. Look at all that. I mean, that's fertile ground there.
Oh, yeah.
You don't
it's
have
doing very well
out there, do you?
No, it used to be cattle fields. This used to be cattle fields. Yeah, this used to be a homesteaded cattle field that was awarded to some groups after the Civil War.
Welcome back, John. We're gonna wind things down. We you had enough time to cook a burger and go across the street.
Well, we ran a little longer than that. I was trying to warn you earlier that somehow it bled into about 18 minutes versus our normal 13 or 14. So with that, what a wonderful show. And I'll tell you what, it was really great to have us to be involved with the PGA Tour Superstore. I can tell you that Teddy Bruschi's a lucky guy because he's going to stand in line all night and pick up some of that $30,000 swag.
Sounds like he already has some in his pocket. I mean, he looks like he got an early start on it.
Yes, he did. Hey, one little thing we did while we were waiting. We all went to the bathroom and had a bite to eat. But anyway, I saw a little poll. What states have the most country clubs, essentially, in America? Percentages. Who would you say, John?
Private clubs.
Private clubs.
Highest percentage private clubs.
Private clubs?
Yep. Percentage.
Well, Florida's got to be a contender, but maybe I'm going to say Michigan.
Nope, not even the top 10. New Jersey, number 1. Florida, number 2.
Connecticut.
Okay.
Connecticut was up there as well. Anyway, we got about 6 minutes. Any closing statements there, John?
Well, I just want to remind everybody we have coming up here. I'm going to show the badge right here, but we have the Florida Sports Hall of Fame golf tournament. It's the 9th annual Celebrity Golf Classic. It's coming up here on August 14th and 15th. We're going to have the night before at the Mid-Florida Event Center down in Port St. Lucie at our museum. And we're going to announce the incoming class of 2027. We're going to do that. And then we have a golf tournament at the PJ Golf Club. So it's Bill and I's club. We own this place, right? We pay our dues. We own this place. PJ Golf Club, Morning Shotgun on August 15th. We have a lot of Florida Sports Hall of Famers and celebrities are going to be coming to play. So I just want to remind everybody, go to FLA Sports HOF, FLASportsHOF.org, and you can find out about the tournament. If you don't have $2,500 to be a whole sponsor, at least you could. Well, I'm talking about team sponsor. You can at least be a whole sponsor for $250. So with that, Florida Sports Hall of Fame, FLA Sports HOF. Go to the website now, and if you want to sign up for a team, August 14th and 15th.
Bill Butner, who do you like this weekend at the Memorial?
Wow, I think you got to go with the grinder. I'm going to go with Ryan Gerard. He's been playing great, and he's a heel, so why not have a fun time and sharing the wealth there.
I can't believe that you just answered that way. How could you not have mentioned Ben Griffin? Is he not playing?
Well, he's not leading the tournament.
Okay, Ashley, I was going to ask you what you think of the LPGA US Women's Open.
I would say Jennifer.
You got to go Jennifer or Nelly Korda because you know you can pronounce their names.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Hey, I didn't take very good. I didn't take very good care of our sponsors. I want to do that before I wind things down. Of course, down here at Sea Dogs Brewing, no sunset tonight, but I tell you what,
I know it's been so gray
the
all
temperatures
week. I'm
are great.
tired of the gray.
Nice, cool breeze down here. Come on down to Sea Dogs. Grab yourself a bite to eat. Grab a Shipyard brew. In fact, export right now is a hot one, and of course blueberry, and then of course grab an Ice Pick vodka. All that available down here at Sea Dogs, Treasure Island, on the Intercoastal. About 3 blocks from the Gulf of Mexico. And then, of course, our good friends, as we mentioned, PGA Tour Superstores coming June 13th. Doors open at 8 o'clock. They're giving away $30,000 worth of merchandise to people in line. We will be with them next week a lot. We're going to be with them down here at Sea Dogs on a couple of occasions. And then we'll be down with them at Ferg's couple of occasions. You might as well, Bill Butner, get your Boston Red Sox gear on and join Megan down there in the gang.
And have a good spelling to my name. Make sure it's not Bill Buckner.
she stopped in sentence. Bill Buckner?
Oh, yeah.
That's a grown woman. Bill Buckner?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, PGA Superstores, of course, Body Armor, Coca-Cola, and now Monster. I don't know if you like those energy drinks, Monster?
I don't think they're good for you. But
Well, they're not good for you, but when you need one.
But I will tell you that I have some members of my household that drink them all the time.
And that would be your 18-year-old son.
Yeah.
And, well, they're a new sponsor. They're coming on board with Coca-Cola. We're upping our involvement. And then we're launching, for you folks that are fans of ours on Saturdays from 11 to 1, we're launching Ferg's TV in the next couple of weeks. Cover the World Cup, the 250th anniversary of America's birthday, and people will come to our show. And then, of course, we're also going to be covering as I said, the World Cup, and also on the.
And I hope you're starting to think about the St. Pete Cup, because that is right around the corner.
The St. Pete
in 2
Cup
weeks.
is coming up. That's right.
When
we
is
have
it?
to get Jeff Hollis back.
It's 2 weeks from
We'll get him on next week. And then, of course, Bardmore Golf Club, our good friend, of course, over there, Bobby Daly, Mangrove, Kenny Betts, alt THC infused beverage, and as I mentioned, Ice Pick vodka and Ferg Sports Bar and Grill, 13th in Central America's #1 sports bar by USA Today.
Maybe Jeff and Kenny could come.
Oh, boy.
Get him down here. Get him down here.
There we go.
All right. I'm Mike Rickard for John Rager, Bill Butner, Ashley Grimaldi, Adam Woodard, Wild Bill Sarow, Megan Mahoney, Joe Bedrow on the controls at RadioSt.Pete.com, and of course 96.7 FM Sunshine, and our video producer Adam Fernandez, and you got Tristan and Jake tonight. God
Good
bless
job.
you. God bless America. Have a championship weekend, and remember to hit them straight and keep it in the short grass.
No, you have to do the hula.